Hello, welcome to today's podcast. My name is Selvin.
And my name is Josie, and we're
We are
your
your
hosts.
hosts.
So, what we're going to do first is just tell you a little bit about ourselves, and then we will go from there. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, Selvin.
So, my name is Selvin, and currently I am a courtesy clerk at Kroger. And courtesy clerks, of course, we bag groceries, we help customers with whatever they need. If they need escorted out to their car, or like loading their groceries, or sweeping the parking lot, or of course doing bathroom checks or cleaning the restroom. So that's a lot about what I do at my job at Kroger's. Now it's your turn, Josie.
Okay. So, I'm Josie, and I have been totally blind since birth. So, the only thing that I can see is light. So, I use that as a way to encourage people that no matter what barriers you face, that you can follow your dreams and do whatever you set your mind to. A little bit more about me and what I'm interested in. I love going outside and taking walks with my amazing husband, Selvin. We walk all over the place. I love the Lord, and I'm a Christian and I follow God with all my heart. I go to Cornerstone, which is my home church, and absolutely love it there and just fellowshipping with other people. Some of my hobbies include music. I have a YouTube channel that I recently got into again where I write songs and do covers. I like to spend time with friends and family. I like to play games on my iPad and stuff. And I like to read and write stories and stuff as well. So that is a little bit about me. So you were saying, Selvin, that you work at Kroger's and you do the courtesy clerk thing. Tell me more about what got you interested in Kroger's and what you like about your job.
So what got me interested in working at Kroger's is I just like working with other people, and of course I am a people person, and I love interacting with customers, and that's why I got interested in working for Kroger's. And I am so grateful also that it's walking distance, so I wouldn't have to rely on public transportation every single day. For example, I can walk to work when it's sunny or cloudy and not raining. I can use Seat. It's just a really convenient job for me.
Good. I'm glad that it's so convenient for you. And I know a big part of it for you too is just enjoying interacting with the people and brightening their days and everything else too.
That's correct.
So, a little bit about me and my job. I am a mental health and substance use counselor over at Muskegon Behavioral Health. I've been working there since November. A little bit more about what that is. So, I work with people who have mental health diagnoses such as PTSD, depression, anxiety, and help them to get back to a place where they feel like they can function better in their lives, helping them to overcome barriers so that they can reach their full potential and be who they really want to be without mental health interfering in their lives. And I also do substance use counseling. So that's people who have an addiction to alcohol or other drugs or anything like that, just helping them to get clean and sober and really get to experience their life without the drugs that are taking over their life. So I absolutely love what I do. And one of my favorite aspects of my job, I do individual counseling, but I also do intensive outpatient, which is groups. So I love the part of just getting to create some fun activities for them to do, getting to see what they like, what they dislike, and just getting to bond with them. I don't pretend to know everything that they've gone through because I've never faced addiction before. So I try to be really humble in my job and just learn from them. And it's been a great experience. I've made some mistakes, but from those mistakes, I've learned a lot so far. So that's what I do. And it's just something that helps me find meaning and purpose in everything I do.
That's amazing to hear that you love your job. So, what got you interested in choosing the career path of counseling?
There were several different events that kind of led up to it, but the main one was before I wanted to be a counselor. It was about 2016. I was a junior in high school and I really wanted to do music. I wanted to be famous. I had a YouTube channel, which I still have, that I'm obsessed with and was obsessed with a lot more back then. So that's what I was interested in at the time. And I had a teacher who was one of my biggest supporters. I honestly consider her a second mom. And she was just such a kind-hearted person. No matter what people were going through and what she was going through, she was in a good mood and she helped everybody else out. She was always so giving. She always had candy in her office. And I remember me and a lot of the other students would come into her office and eat some of the candy and just chit chat. And a lot of the times we would realize that time went away from us so quick and we were late for class. So that was a pretty funny situation. But that was just the type of person she was. She would give anything to make sure that everybody else was okay and to help everybody else. She was actually the teacher of the visually impaired. And so she helped me with math. She helped me make sure that other things in my classes were accessible and deal with any issues with accessibility. So it was January of 2016, and I had just woken up, was going about my day, and I found out that she had completed suicide. And I was completely crushed and devastated because we were so close. And for a long time, I had doubts of wasn't there something else I could have done? Shouldn't I have been able to notice that? And now I understand I was only 16. There was no way I would have noticed. I didn't have any of the training that I do now to be able to notice things like that. But I really beat myself up there for a while. And God showed me a lot of things through that. He helped me to further my music by giving me the words to a song that I created in tribute to her. And alongside of that, he helped me realize that maybe music was just a side job. Maybe there was something else that I was meant to do in this world, and that something was counseling. He helped me to realize that even though that experience was absolutely awful, that there are a lot of other people out there who are struggling, who genuinely feel like they want to die, who don't have any hope in this life. And so I realized that I want to be the one to spread that light and that joy to help people realize that they're not truly alone. There's other people around them that can give them hope, that they can achieve the dreams that they want to, and that nothing is so dark that they have to get to that place that Mrs. Campbell was. So that's how I got there. From there, I went to college at Ohio Valley University for my bachelor's, and then I went to Capital University for my master's in clinical mental health counseling. And I did a couple different career jobs until I found the one that I'm in now, which has been my favorite so far. And along the way, I never thought that I would do this, but I developed a passion for people who have a drug addiction and alcohol addiction, and I've learned so much along the way as well. So that is a little bit about me and the jobs that I do, and definitely want to continue that for my future. So, how about you? What are the things that kind of brought you to Kroger's, or do you have a job or a goal that you want to do for the future in your career?
So I am happy with Kroger. Kroger is an awesome job because I love people. I love interacting with other customers. And I love especially helping those who have disabilities or the elderly to carry their groceries outside and load it to their car. And I am so thankful that they appreciate it and they're always smiling and happy and thinking. And I know there are some that give tips, but I'm actually not looking for tips. I am just passionate to assist in any way. And I am so grateful that God is in my life because I love helping other people and especially showing them love through my help, through helping them and not wanting money for it. And I'm so grateful for what position God placed me in because I was praying and praying a lot that I get a job dealing with people, and I believe that he gave me this job. In the future, I may think about getting a job where I can help people over the phone and get more hours. And one of the things that I'm interested in is technology. So I am interested in Spectrum, and that's who I want to try to get on as a long term job. Whenever God opens that door, let me know because he's always on time. He's never late. And I'm just praying that he just opens the door if he allows me to. But if he still wants me to work at Kroger's, I'll be more than happy to stay. There's nothing that I dislike about Kroger's. I love my job and if called to be there for years, and I would.
That's amazing. It sounds like you just have such a passion, both of us do, for helping others and just making their day better than they started. I feel like a lot of times in our careers, we don't know what type of day that somebody's having. Maybe they come in and they lash out and they're really upset, but it's our job to help to spread some light, not lash out back, not say things that we shouldn't say, but instead to just be that light to people and be that positivity. I always believe that if we go into a day thinking it's going to suck because that's our mindset. Whereas if we go into the day thinking that it's going to be a good day, and even if things don't go according to plan, a lot of times it's still a very good day because that's the type of mindset that we have. And I love the fact that both of us work really well with people who come in and maybe just aren't having the best of days. And my hope is that both of us brighten those people's days a little bit. Could you tell me a story about maybe a time when you helped somebody out who was having a rough day?
I have a hard time knowing people's emotions, and since I'm visually impaired, I can't tell they are acting in a way, or if they're mad, or if they're upset. But I haven't experienced anyone, I don't think, who was upset. I know we deal with a lot that are upset during the checkout process because prices sometimes are different or they need help with changing prices. Or I know Kroger has like digital coupons and you have to go into the app and clip every single coupon that you want, put an item. And I noticed that Kroger implemented some ways to help those so they wouldn't have to go into the app and clip it. They have a really neat sheet, has the weekly digitals, and they just scan it. And of course, they need to enter the phone number or their Kroger loyalty card, and that's how they get their discounts. Every single person has been friendly toward me, and I really enjoyed helping them with their cars. They need my help, and I really appreciate them so much.
That's great. And I'm sure that you probably brightened somebody's day that you don't even realize that you did. So I think that's good that you help out so many people and that we both love what we do too.
Yes, that's correct. Would you like to share if you had anyone unhappy or any experiences like that in your career?
I definitely have had some people that are unhappy. I can't say names because of confidentiality purposes, but especially in group, I'll have people who came in that are talking about, like, one of them had a really bad day at his job and he was just really frustrated with his job and came in and was just all upset about it. I've had people who've come in and said, I've been really triggered and I wanted to use, or I relapsed and I did use, and they feel very discouraged. And in those situations, one of the biggest things that I believe is that it's not our place to judge, it's God's. And so anytime that happens, I don't show any disappointment in them. I just am encouraging to them, trying to help them see their strengths. There are some things that they're good at, even though they might have made a mistake. So I think that's been a big situation. Like, I've had people come in angry or upset at family members and just trying to help them get through the situation of, okay, how can we repair this relationship with your family or whoever it is? What are some things that you enjoy doing that can help you get through this day, even though it seems awful? So that's a vague version of what I do. But yes, I've definitely had some unhappy people, and I do the best I can to, I know I can't fix it. I cannot fix it every time that somebody comes in unhappy, but the least I can do is at least make their day just a tiny little bit better. And then I've done my job successfully.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I think that we're probably going to be running out of time pretty quick. So let's close out by talking a little bit about what's going to be on our podcast for the future. So some of the things that we were thinking of doing is next time we might talk a little bit more about us, our relationship, how we met, all of those things. And there's a lot of fun and joking around to be had with that. So I hope that you'll join us for that. There's also some other topics that we've been considering, including talking more about things that are accessible for blind people and how blind people do different things as well as visually impaired. We were also considering doing some Bible devotionals and stuff on our podcast and just doing more things about ourselves and talking more about our relationship, things that we like, music, different things like that. So if you have any feedback for us, things that you would like to see different in our podcast, things that you want to see us talk about, please let us know in the comments whenever this gets published. And we would be happy to take your ideas into consideration and make this podcast the best that we can for you.
It's awesome to hear what we're going to get into. Thank you so much for tuning in. This will actually also be published on Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcast. We want to thank you from Linder Productions for your time. And as always, please stay in touch.
We'll see you next time.